Look, if you're going to either buy or lease, this is a heavy decision. If you haven't done it before, listen up. You need to see which benefits are going to fit your situation. My name is Jimmy Shatara with Skyrise Commercial, and today it's something top of mind with most owners of businesses, and they're trying to figure out what steps they should take either to lease or to buy. And that's what we're going to talk about today. 3 reasons for both leasing as well as buying, which one is best for you. So let's get into it. When you talk about leasing, this is for any type of business, whether you're operating a retail space or an office building, or an office space rather, or industrial space. So it doesn't really matter about the actual business that you're in. There are multitude of reasons why someone would consider to lease. So really, when you want to lease, maybe this is just cash dependent on the actual space that you're trying to get into. So if it's a lower basis of cash to lease, I think that's it's a lower upfront cost overall. So that would be the first reason to lease. The second reason to be you'd want to lease is really the flexibility of it all. So you're not locked down to something that you're going to be in for 10 plus years. Mind you, there are longer term leases and they all have their pros and cons. That's really for another video. But when it comes down to it, you're always going to have flexibility. So I really taken that to account when I'm talking to a business owner. Where are they at in their business life cycle? Is this something that's brand new? Is this a startup? Have they been operating for only a year or two? So we really have to see what their cash flow and revenue looks like. So leasing typically is good for that situation. So that's the second reason, flexibility. And number 3, you have latitude on that creative construction, if you will, and seeing what we can get from the landlord. That's relatively maybe not even out of pocket on your end. So the construction, that may not be a burden to you in some circumstances. Not all, of course. Every circumstance and every property type's lease guidelines and what we put into our letter of intent is going to be different. So 3, I think, again, that also goes with lower upfront costs. So construction is usually a component of that. So that's number 3. So those are 3 reasons why you should lease. So the second part of this video is going to be talking about buying. So what do you want to buy instead of leasing a space? So number 1, this would be for a long-term investment. So you're buying this particular building because you've been in business for X amount of years, your revenue has steadily increased, and you have the cash flow and capital reserves to make this purchase. You've talked to some lenders, and really the financial underwriting of this scenario has already been done. So making a long-term investment into yourselves, maybe the partners that you work with, your employees, having this headquarters, and also kind of pride of ownership, having this set location that you guys are going to be operating for hopefully decades to come in this space. So that is the first reason why you'd want to buy. The second reason would be creative control in the space. So depending on, of course, the zoning, but really you can do anything to your building. You guys own it. Whether or not you're financing it or not, you can have the freedom to play with the layout, to do any modifications to the building. There's going to be restrictions on when you lease. So this is a big plus with the creative control you have with your actual space when you own the building. So that is number 2 under buying. And then number 3, with the building that you have, whether it's just for you guys as what we call an owner user, you guys are using the space for your ownership, for your business, but you may have excess space, you may have parking. Other aspects of your property can be used for rental income, so you make it as an investment as well. You're not going to have that with a space that you're leasing. So that is the third reason why someone possibly would want to buy. So we've gone over the 3 reasons to lease, and we've gone over the 3 reasons to own. And again, we've all heard this from maybe an attorney. If you've talked to attorneys in your life, what do they say when, should you buy or lease? If you're asking me, and just like an attorney, when you're asking about maybe a case that you may want to pursue, it all depends. It all depends on your business. It all depends on your individual situation. We can't give boilerplate answers to your particular situation over a computer. I have to really know more about your actual business to give my assessment on if you should lease or if you should buy. But overall, these 3 points on leasing, typically maybe for someone that doesn't have a lot of cash, maybe not as established, possibly you're going to lean to leasing. If you are more established, you have the actual cash, and you want to jump on an opportunity, whether it's just for your business or for an investment, maybe you want to buy. So this is going to just come out in conversation, and a commercial broker should really be that consultant, that counselor for your best interests, and really be that fiduciary and actually helping you go through these questions. And this could take over a period of time to figure that out. So we've talked about leasing versus buy. This is a topic that's always top of mind when I'm talking with any type of tenant, any type of investor, when they operate a business as well in their spaces. And yeah, that's definitely something you guys want to consider when you're talking to your broker about this. So lease or buy, you decide, and hopefully we'll talk about this personally throughout the state of Indiana that we operate in. So my name is Jimmy Shatara from Skyrest Commercial, and I'll see you in the next one.